What is going on, everyone? Another edition of Gimmick Bag. Todd here, joined by Moriarty. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's no sugarcoating it. I've been better.
Yeah.
We've all been better. I mean, it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
So if you guys have listened to previous episodes of Gimmick Bag, typically, we started as a wrestling podcast. Then we started getting more into the goings on of like a bunch of other shit with wrestling on the tail end. So considering now that the network technically has two shows which end up covering wrestling, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting time for us here on the Precipice Podcast Network. And I mean, it doesn't mean we're not going to talk about it. It's going to be there. It's a thing.
Yep. Just not as much as probably with Brothering Around.
Yeah.
Which, if you are a regular listener to that, you will notice my face will be missing. My voice will be missing from the podcast for a while. Unfortunately, I came to the decision to make a break for it and be a one podcast woman for a while.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's an interesting, like, it's I'll be one of the first people to say it's weird not doing the second show with you.
Right.
I mean, the third show, I mean, there's a whole crew on that. So, I mean, it's like, all right, whatevs.
Yeah, you're good there.
Yeah. But, I mean, on Brothering Around, it was, I don't want to say I saw it coming because I didn't.
Right.
It just...
I arcade-o'd you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
What now?
You Nakamura'd me.
I would like to not hit you in the balls, preferably. I am fairly fond of you.
Fair. But yeah, it's just... so yeah, I mean, it's just between real life, scheduling, and the whole thing. I mean... There's one
it's not gone for good, it's just a break for now.
One thing I've said time and time again, and I've said it... I've said it in context to here as well as the other shows, is real life comes first. Do what you gotta do. And considering the way everything's going right now with, just real life stuff, it's doing a bunch of shows can be very taxing.
Yeah.
And I completely and totally understand. Wes and Marco completely understand. And I mean, me being Johnny Three Shows, I really fucking understand, because just
Johnny
it's
podcast.
Oh god, that better not become a fucking shirt that I'll end up creating after this show.
That's up to you, my friend.
It'll be Toddy Podcast.
Oh god, yes, I would wear the shit out of that shirt. Are you kidding me? I'd never take it off. I'd have to wear it to work. People would be like, "You've worn that shirt for 5 days in a row." I know, I love it.
Yeah.
It's the best thing ever.
There's a thing called doing laundry when you get home. Duh.
Or I could just buy 5 shirts the same color and the same size just to really confuse them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That'd
I would, if I did that shirt, I would end up doing a whole, different variants of it. I mean, that would be a thing where it'd be like, you get the first one, and then, you would have the Precipice Podcast Network Spreadshirt exclusive version, and then you would also have my personal, shop.spreadshirt.com/ToddEvf version of Toddy Podcast. But I mean, it's one of those things. I completely get it. It's It's one of the reasons why we started doing the live reactions, and it got to a point where I can't physically do that anymore. For multiple reasons. I mean, there's obviously tech limitations currently, but also it is fucking draining. Holy shit.
Yeah, it is.
It's the plight of a content creator.
And the blight of a content
creator. It's kind of both. Where you just you do so much fucking content, and you're like, oh, why are we doing this? I mean, there's some weeks where I'm just like, yeah, no. Just fucking no. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And I mean, some of it is because you just, I don't want to say you get discouraged, because podcasting is a whole different world than doing Twitch and looking for jobs. But a culmination of the discouragement you feel through your other endeavors can lead you into being discouraged when it comes to other forms of creating content, whether it's creating a tabletop role-playing game you've been working on since 2012, or or doing a Twitch stream, or you know, whatever. It's one of those things. And I mean, I know you've been talking with your community about your stream and changes coming to that, and that's I mean, it's discouraging to see that.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Once again, like, while I don't agree with it, because I think your content's amazing, it's hands down better than mine. It's just the way it is. I respect your decision, and that's the way it is. So I mean, for me, I got, you know, I'm trying to pepper in more actual streams, because you know, I spend my mornings looking for jobs, and then the rest of my day I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna do? And then Microsoft goes, oh yeah, by the way, Saints Row 2 is now backwards compatible. Oh hey, Hunt of the Reckoning is now backwards compatible. And today they did, oh hey, Dragon Age 2 is now backwards compatible. And I'm just like, fuck you guys. Holy shit, you want me to play games now. I mean, I enjoyed Dragon Age 2. It was a pretty good game. It gets a lot of shit, but
yeah,
it was a good game.
I didn't really play it, so I couldn't say. It's still it's on my list of games to touch.
Yeah, it's so with Dragon Age, the Dragon Age games, right? So they share a world.
Yes.
And there's story points that connect all three.
Yep.
But you follow a different protagonist, which I think is great.
Right.
You know, obviously the first one, Origins, you have almost complete customization on your character.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, I'm gonna play, you know, a elven mage, or I'm gonna play a dwarven rogue. I'm gonna play a human warrior, you know, and I mean, you got those three races, and then you have, based on that, you have different choices you can make. On not only your class, but also your character's background. There's 2 exclusions to that. So, like, if you choose mage as an elf, you're a circle mage. There's no, like, I could choose between being Dalish, or I can choose between being, like, a city elf.
Right.
As a dwarf, you can't. Dwarves don't magic. So nope.
No magic for them.
Which is terrific, because fuck magic. But yeah, so Dragon Age 2, your choices are male or female.
Right.
And then warrior, rogue, or mage. Those are your choices. You're playing as a human. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's actually one of... It's one of those games that... Like, we're finding out more about it now than when it came out. Like, we're finding out things like it only had an 11-month dev cycle. Like a 10, 11-month dev cycle, which you're like, holy shit. That is... Like, the Origins had a 5-year dev cycle.
Dang.
Yeah. And it comes down to they need to push a game out to keep the company afloat. It sounds like they mismanaged money then. Well, I mean, they were also developing an MMO.
Yeah.
And MMOs are like a fucking money hole. Because, I mean, you gotta... Not only are you building a world, you have to build a world where you can actually grow in it. You also have to go and think about things like the servers and all the other stuff and so on and so forth. And it just becomes an expensive fucking ordeal.
Yeah.
Not only for consumers, but for the devs initially. So apparently, the way I read it anyway is a lot of their resources, they were working on Dragon Age 2, but most of their resources was going to the Old Republic. And because of that, they kind of needed... EA bailed them out and said, listen, if we do this for you, the game's got to be out by Christmas. Yeah. That Christmas season. So they rushed the game. It's a thing that happens. It plays really well on console. I haven't played it on PC, so I can't speak for that. But the controls feel really nice on... well, the game feels really nice on a controller.
Yes, it does. Which makes me mad that there isn't controller support for the first game on PC. It feels very clunky with mouse and keyboard.
It feels even clunkier with controller.
Really?
Yeah. Because the first game was ported to consoles. It was developed as a PC game. The second game was developed for consoles and ported to PC, and it's just like, oh hey, we favored the consoles because controllers. You know? It made the action a little bit more fun. It allowed you to do cancels and the whole nine. It was very nice. Yeah. And then Inquisition came out, and Inquisition was the game that we should have gotten. All three. You can now, if you have an Xbox One, you can now play all three games on the Xbox One, which is fucking great. 2 of those games are in the EA Access Vault. So EA Access is a service. I think it's like something like, you can either pay like $10 a month, or you could pay like $35 for a year, which is just like, why would you not get the year? Yeah, it's like super stupid cheap. And yeah, I mean, it allows you to play select games that they've put in the vault. I mean, obviously they have their Maddens and their NBA Lives and their NHLs, FIFAs, and stuff like that. They have those in there, but they also have like some of the Battlefield games. I think they got a Medal of Honor game in there. Peggle. Because why the fuck would you not have Peggle?
Of course. You need Peggle. It's amazing.
And then they also have like all 3 Mass Effect, actually all 4 Mass Effect games, because Andromeda's on the service too. Huh. So for $35 for a year, you can play all the Mass Effect games. It doesn't include the DLC, so that's something you would have to go out of your way and purchase separately. Somebody like me, I bought all the games on console, so now that it's backwards compatible on the Xbox One, I don't need to rebuy DLC. Right. So it's just like, I pop in the disc and they're like, oh hey, you have DLC to download. And I'm like, oh hey, look at that. boom, problem solved.
Nice.
Though I will say I did buy Inquisition on the Xbox One when it came out, because I was just like, I have an Xbox One, Dragon Age is coming out on the Xbox One. Why the fuck would I buy the 360 version? So, and that's one of those games where it's like you can get the, I guess they call it the Game of the Year edition or whatever, the complete Dragon Age Inquisition game, all the DLC for, I've seen it as low as like $15, which is outrageous because that game is stupid good, and it came out about the same time as The Witcher 3, which is another amazing game. Both games you can sink tons of hours into.
Right.
I mean, you're still playing Witcher 3.
Yeah, yeah, I'm nowhere near done with that thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna go on forever.
That would be if you played Skyrim, because Skyrim legitimately has an end to the story, but not an end to the game.
Exactly. The quests go on for eternity.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know until Anubis told me about that. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I never knew.
You can progress 5 ever in that game. Not forever, 5 ever. Like, there is no, like, maximum.
There is no end. Well, there is an end and there is no end at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a conclusion to the story, but there's no end to the game. Same thing can be said about Fallout 4. I mean, there's an end to the game.
There's an end to the story,
but there's no end to the game. Yeah, so, I mean, it's like... And, I mean, you played Fallout 4.
Yes.
And you completed it. Did you complete the DLCs and everything like that, or?
I haven't even completed the base game.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Because I never completed Fallout 4. Never played any of the DLCs either.
Right. I haven't touched the DLCs yet.
So my current plan is to eventually get back into playing it. And my whole goal, like, I started a playthrough, and the goal of the playthrough is to do the Automatron DLC, so I can build a Fisto army. Just an army of Fistos, just to fucking protect towns and exterminate with extreme intimacy. I mean, that's all they would do. But yeah, I mean, it's little things like that. But I mean, there's just so many fucking games to play now. It's outrageous. Like, Microsoft's making it, like, super easy to do with, like, oh, hey, you know, backwards compatible. And on top of that, it's not like, oh, well, it's just like, here's the why are we doing this?
I don't know. What are we doing? Where are we going? Who are you?
There we go. No, something popped up on my screen, and I'm like, go away. And it's just like, no.
Be gone, Satan!
And it's like, no, motherfucker, I'm going to stand right here. And I'm like, all right, well, let me right click it and try to get rid of it. Nope, I'm going to still be here. And I'm like, motherfucker. But yeah, so it's just, I mean, it's one of those games. Have you played the Mass Effect games?
I've played Mass Effect 1 a little bit.
Okay.
I need to get back into that game. It's on the list of games to finish.
Yeah.
And it is an ever-growing list. The fact that I actually managed to beat the base game of The Witcher fucking astounds me.
Yeah, well,
you have no goddamn idea. Because I don't finish a single fucking thing I start. Like, ever. It's a rarity.
Well, I mean, it's just the way it... And then they fucking threw you something today, this past week. Oh, hey, by the way, just want to let you know, multiplayer is coming to Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
The beta's available on Steam.
Yes, it is. I'm super stoked about that. I really am.
Yeah.
It's just, it could not have come at a shittier time for me.
Yeah.
Because like I already have people wanting to play with me on the beta. You know, Plasma, lovely man, love his face. Of course, Anubis and I have been talking about, you know, when the multiplayer comes out, doing co-streams with that, and in the future, it'll happen.
Ooh.
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 EA is being spicy now.
Are they?
Real spicy. So on the Xbox One, we have EA Access, right?
Yes.
On the PC, you have Origin Access. It's basically the same fucking thing.
Just a different name.
Just a different name.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the list of the games you can play from the vault.
Okay.
With Origin Access. I'll start at the bottom of the list. Saboteur.
Mm-hmm.
Dungeon Keeper 2. Dungeon Keeper 1. Peggle. Spore. Populous 2, Trial of the Olympian Gods. Populous. Crusader, No Regret. Crusader, No Remorse. Jade Empire Special Edition. Wasteland 2, Director's Cut Classic Edition. This is an add-on for something else, so I'll get to that. Mm-hmm. Lego Batman 2, DC Superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Ember. Virginia. Bulletstorm Light, which I have no idea what the fuck that is. I know what Bulletstorm is. I don't know what the light version is. Dungeons of Dreadmore Complete.
Mm-hmm.
Pony Island. Hacknet Trine 2 Complete Story.
Have it.
Yeah, I have Trine as well. It's just, I bought it because I watched Star play it. It looks so fun, and then I never booted it up.
Yeah, I need to. It was gifted to me. Trine 2 was. I think I got Trine 1 and Trine 3 as well.
I might have gotten a set. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Batman Arkham City Game of the Year. Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year. Ultima 9 Ascension. Ultima 8 Gold Edition. Ultima 7 Complete. Ultima 6 The False Prophet. Actually, you know, let's just put it this way. Every Ultima game, Ultima 1 through 9 is in the vault. Wing Commander, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Privateer. Pillars of Eternity, Hero Edition. That's an add-on. So, The Sims 3, starter with late night expansion and high-end loft stuff DLC. Epistory, Typing Chronicles, Medal of Honor Allied Assault War Chest, Fury, Origami, Mini Metro, Beholder, Mirror's Edge, Crisis, Mass Effect, SimCity 2000 Special Edition, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Crisis 2, Mass Effect 2, Digital Deluxe, Dead Space 1, 2, 3, SimCity 4 Deluxe, Plants vs. Zombies Game of the Year, Banner Story, Trine Enchanted, Command & Conquer Ultimate Collection, Need for Speed Rival Complete, Oxenfree, Rebel Galaxy, Torment, Tides of Numeria, that's a pretty big deal. Orwell, SimCity Complete, Batman Arkham Origins, This War of Mine, Battlefield 3, FIFA 15, Torchlight 2. I'm getting winded. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, Dragon Age Inquisition, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, Out of the Park Baseball 19, Lost Castle, Prison Architect, Battlefield Hardline Ultimate, Crisis 3 Digital Deluxe, Need for Speed Digital Deluxe, Battlefield 4 Premium, FIFA 16, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 Deluxe, Unravel, Mass Effect 3, N7 Digital Deluxe, Witness, Battlefield 1, Titanfall, Mad Max, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, FIFA 17, Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition, the first one, not the second one that everybody shits on. Sims 4 Digital Deluxe, Mass Effect Andromeda, Titanfall 2. That's a good bit of games.
That is a good bit of games. Honestly, there's only a handful out of that interests me. You had me at Dungeon Keeper.
Yeah. Okay, so it's $4.99 a month or
Okay.
$30 for a year.
Let's see here. 5 times 12
is $60.
Yeah, why would you not do that?
Yeah. And they're constantly adding stuff too. I mean, it's one of those things. You're like, what the fuck? Also, on the house right now, Peggle. So if you go into EA Origins, log in with your account, you can actually claim the first Peggle game for free. So that's a thing. They also do sales and stuff. One of the other things with both EA and Origin Access is they give you the vault, right? Which is terrific. And you go, well, that sounds like that should be good enough for like that price. We're also going to give you 10% off all your either Origin or EA games purchases on Xbox One, depending on which one you go with.
Right.
So you get Origin Access. Let's just say you get EA Access, right? Which is my case. And I don't know, $60 game, a new $60 game that you're very interested in comes out from EA. It's no longer a $60 game. It's $54. You've saved yourself $6 just because of that. It includes DLC too. So DLC comes out 10% cheaper. It's a pretty decent deal.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people love Jade Empire. I know Origin gave it out for free maybe about 6-7 months back, which is cool. What surprised me is the Lego games. The 3 Lego Batman games, and I'm like, that's interesting. Like, you could have added more Lego games, but you chose not to.
Right.
I have a feeling if there was more Lego games on there, you would have been more excited as well, because Lego games are your kind of thing. So
yes, they are.
But
I am an adult child. I will readily admit.
But Dungeon Keeper, I mean, it's just.
Oh.
I mean, for me, looking at this list, it's just, I never played Sims 3, so I can't speak for that, but I played Sims 1.
Right.
So if they had, like, Sims 1 on there, I'd be like, fuck yes. I have Sims 4 already, so that's no big deal. I have Mass Effect Andromeda already. And I mean, it's just like, oh, well, you have all the rest of the Mass Effect games. You have all the Dragon Age games now on PC. You don't have any of the DLC for them. And I'm like, what? You know, it's like, I mean, I already got Torchlight 2.
Yes.
Which another game I've never played. I've played the first one. I played the shit out of the first one.
Do you have it on PC?
I might. I think I do. I think I have it on Steam.
Okay.
It's one of those games where I was just like, never got around to it.
It's really fun to play with friends.
Yeah. I mean, I did Torchlight 1 solo. Did that completely solo. And then Diablo 3 came out. And I jumped on Diablo 3 on PC. So, I mean, But then Torchlight 2, I was just like, oh, Torchlight 2. And I think I got it in like a Humble Bundle or something like that. It was...
Right.
I was just like, it's a little bit... because it was pricey compared to what it should have been. So when it was in a bundle, I was just like, I mean, $5 and I get all this shit? Okay. Which I thought was good. There's a lot of games in here that's just like... I could see myself not playing.
Right.
I'm gonna pull up the EA Access Vault. Now the thing is, so Dragon Age Origin, Dragon Age 2 just went backwards compatible, so it's not on the list of compatible games yet. Which, I mean, on Vault games, which kind of pisses me off because I'm like, fucking fix your shit. Do the thing you got to do. But what is it? We got On the Xbox end, we have Black, Medal of Honor Airborne, Mass Effect, Battlefield Bad Company, Dead Space, Mirror's Edge, Plant vs. Zombies, Zuma's Revenge, which is a fucking weird fucking puzzle ball shooting game. Mass Effect 2, Dragon Age Origins, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Skate 3. Oh, there's no better experience than throwing yourself down a flight of stairs in that game, breaking every bone in your body.
Yeah.
Of course, you got the sports games, you got your golf, you got your soccer or football. You have your hockey, you have your football or gridiron, whatever you want to call it, UFC. I mean, you got a good bunch of shit. Peggle 2, Bejeweled 3. What? I mean, SSX, which, with the backwards compatibility, give us SSX Tricky, please.
Oh, yes. God, yes. Please.
Give us Tricky. And while we're on the topic of games I would love to see on your service and backwards compatible, Need for Speed Underground. 1 or 2. They were both fantastic games on the original Xbox. But yeah, I mean, it's just... It's a very it's a similar swath between Origin Access and EA Access. The only difference is like games that were never released on console. Like obviously we're not going to see Dungeon Keeper on the Xbox. I mean, sorry. But we also have all the sports games on the Xbox, and you don't have that on the PC. So, I mean, it's interesting. It's not horrible. Oh, they give you some DLC as well as part of the thing, which is for the first Battlefront and that Battlefield 4 premium shit. So it's actually a pretty decent deal. And I'm not one to applaud EA much. Right. This was a nice step. Torment Tides of Numeria. I mean, there's so many people that loved Planescape's Torment. It's probably a game you've heard. Like, it's one of those games that if you mention it, people are just like, "Oh, that was a bad bitch of a game. That game was a bad bitch," and you're just
I've heard of it. I haven't tried it.
Yeah, it's an old school style RPG. So it's kind of like that 3/4 top down. Isometric thing. It's not a bad game.
Right.
It's arguably one of the best role-playing games ever made. And I mean, that's just, it's one of those things. Like I don't know. I don't know. Sorry for yawning.
You're fine. It's late for you. It's still somewhat early for me.
Yeah, it's midnight for me. It's like meh, whatevs. But yeah, I mean, we got we had I played a clip on my last stream where kind of talked about the responsibility of creators and so on and so forth.
Right.
And
right.
It was a real big thing. Before that was funny because when I don't know how many people were watching. I don't really look at the numbers. But I pretty much was just, it was one of those situations where I was just like, whoever's here hanging out in chat, I appreciate it. But there's like a bunch of people that are way better at this than I am.
Right.
I've hit that point where I'm like just very downtrodden about content creation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going around.
It is. I was talking to Cuddles, a lovely streamer friend of mine, who is one of the like head people at StackUp or with the StackUp.org. And he's like, "Do you read at all?" And like, when I have the time, yes. And he suggested, what was it? The War of Art.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book. There's also an audiobook as well. And he said, you know, it helped him understand the mental side of streaming. So I'm going to be looking into it. I will get back to you on it. Probably, I don't know, fucking mail you the book if I need to.
I'll just probably go and hop over to audibletrial.com/brotheringaround to get a free audiobook.
Oh, there you go. You could also get like the Cliff Notes version of it on audible.com/brotheringaround.
Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, as personalities, because, you know, one thing I've said numerous times is I really don't like the term streamer.
Right.
Because we're more than that. I mean,
Absolutely.
if I was just sitting there playing a game and that's all I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm a Let's Player, right?
Right.
If I'm doing it, but I'm doing it live, then I'm a streamer. If I'm actually trying to be fucking entertaining, I've now transcended both of those.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just. But I mean, part of it does come down to like, streaming right now doesn't feel like a job.
No.
Which is good.
Yes.
Because the second it starts doing that, then,
yeah.
The thing is, around this time last year, I took about a month off.
Mm-hmm.
Because of emotions and depression and all the other stuff, and I mean,
right.
So it's like that time of year, and it's like it's kind of hitting me again. So like I'm being a lot harder on myself than I should be. Because I'm just like I feel done.
Yeah.
Like I just, it's one of those things. Like it seems like I'm fine if I just like, if I'm playing a game and I have like a handful of people there.
Yeah.
And kind of have a discussion, you know, while I play, that kind of stuff. It's fine. But then once like chat dies off, I go, oh wow, I'm really not entertaining.
I'm the same.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, this is a thing that fucking happened. And now I'm stuck in this mindset of like.
But something I keep in mind is, you know, there's probably somebody lurking, is what I always try to keep in the back of my head, because I'm very much the same way. Please don't die from your vape.
Yeah.
Is that like, I've been known to just like, you know, kind of chat for a bit and then just kind of hang out and just lurk and watch.
Yeah.
So, you know, I always try to keep it in mind that, you know, someone's just hanging out and enjoying what they watch or having, you know, background on, and I'm their background, and, you know, fantastic.
And I get that, but at the same time, like, if it goes from there's like a ton of activity to none.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just like, well, that's a thing that happened. You know? And I mean, I've never been the person, and you've never been this way either, at least that I've seen. To play games because it's the thing to do.
Right.
You play what you want. I play what I want. I mean, that's just really what it comes down to. You know, I'm not going to go and jump on a... I'm not going to jump on a game because, oh my god, I got to jump on this brand new game that just came out, you know?
Right.
Because that's... And there's people that do that. They go, well, this is the new game coming out. I'll jump on it. It'll get me more views. It'll get me this. It'll get me that. And blah, 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 blah. You know, and... I mean... It's one of those things. And then... I mean, okay, so... Another thing that does it is when I know people that are know people that do basically do the same content I'm doing at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is kids when it comes to streaming or doing any kind of content. This is exactly why you don't look at numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that. But like for example, let's just say I'm playing Darkest Dungeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull in like 12, 14 people.
Right.
Somebody else I know who's first off hasn't been streaming nearly as long as I have plays the same game and they have 207 in their chat. And I'm like, how? Like, why is there such a disparaging, why is there such a fucking gap between, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
And that's what it comes down to. And then I get into my own head and you're just like, I mean, it would be like, I mean, using WoW is like a horrible
example. Yeah, go on.
Example. But let's take Stardew, which is probably another bad example, right?
Yeah.
But let's just say you're playing Stardew and I'm playing Stardew, right? Now me, probably get 7, 8 people. I mean, from what I remember, you did pretty decent numbers when you were playing Stardew.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
You weren't paying attention to it. Yeah.
I make sure to never see the numbers ever. If I know I will do myself if I pop open my Streamlabs bot.
Yeah.
And I see who's in there, it's gonna like instantly ruin me.
Yeah.
So I make it a point to not look ever.
Yeah, I mean, so this is what fucks me up the most, right? After every stream, you use Streamlabs. They send you an email about
which is I have had to like tell them several times, for the love of fucking God, stop emailing me this shit. I've had to like uninstall myself from that goddamn email like 3 times, and I'm still getting them.
Hey, we just want to let you know your last stream stats are up, and you averaged this many viewers, and you had this many follows, and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me?
If I am really curious, then I will look at the stats that Twitch has in the dashboard. But even I'm making the mistake of doing that because I'm getting down on myself over having, so many, people at a time and yada yada. And, Anubis is just like, stop it.
Yeah.
It is getting to that bad of a.
And I mean, that's the other thing. Like, to get to, like, when you go to the dashboard on Twitch, they show you the live thing, which is fine. But then they also like remind you, hey, your stream stats for your last stream are available. And I mean, you see that and you're like, all right, I don't have to click that.
Right.
You don't
have to click the email either. You can just delete it.
Yeah, no, I get you on that. But it's just like
that gnawing curiosity.
No, it's not even that. Like, actually,
sorry, I think the booze is kicking in.
Oh, no, it's fine. It is absolutely fine. So, like, here, I got the my dashboard up, and it's just like introducing channel analytics, all one place. Go to channel analytics. Your stream summary is ready. Go to stream summary. Low latency streaming now in beta. Okay, try it out with your in your settings menu. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Apparently, it's supposed to bring things down to like a 2-second delay.
Yeah,
which sounds good.
Actually, I think I've had that going like since I started streaming.
Yeah. But yeah. So back when the affiliate thing started, and they started with the whole analytics, it would on top of your dashboard show your analytics, which was annoying as fuck. Now I got to go through like actual things, which is great. But Streamlabs, I will. I didn't stream today, so I'll just type in stream and let's see what my thing pulls up. Oh, Streamlabs, your last summary. So it says ToddEvf last stream summary, 1 follow, and I'm like, and that's like in the like kind of like the preview thing for the email, and I'm just like, fucking dude, really? Like, and it's like, oh, you went for 5 hours and 50 minutes and you averaged this many viewers. Like, thanks, fucking Streamlabs. I don't want this shit. And much like you, I've unsubscribed to it. But every fucking stream, the end of every stream, like clockwork, that email comes and you're just like, well, fuck. I mean, I don't think it should be an automatic. Like, it should be something you have to opt into as opposed to opting out. You know, it's... Just because some people want it doesn't mean everybody does. Right? It is easier. It is way easier to say, if you want it, click this button, and you'll get the emails.
Right.
As opposed to, oh, you use our service because we're basically the only service you can fucking use. Which is another problem with Streamlabs. I mean, let's be honest. But yeah, I mean, like, oh, well, you which bot do you use? I use UnkBot. Oh, you mean Streamlabs bot, chatbot. I still call it UnkBot because that's what it was when I started using it. Yep. Well, we own it now. Well, shit.
Yep.
I mean, I use their slobs, Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah.
I use that for my stream. I don't use it for recording this or anything like that. But
right.
I mean, it's really fucking weird, and it's interesting. Like, why in the fuck is it so hard for them to fucking stand that not everybody, like, it does more harm than it does good. You know, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not gonna bullshit anybody when I say this, but I just entered my 4th year of streaming.
Right.
I just recently got over 1,000 follows. There's no reason for you guys to remind me how shit I've been compared to somebody who's done it for 6 months and they have over 5,000 follows.
Right.
You know? Thanks, Streamlabs. I mean, I blame them. I blame them. Let's just blame Streamlabs. Let's blame Streamlabs.
Damn you, Streamlabs.
Yeah, I mean,
shaking fist angrily.
I mean, it's legitimately what happens. They don't understand like what they're doing to cause all these issues.
Right.
You know, and if I'm not mistaken, it's what, Mental Health Awareness Month as well?
Yes.
So these emails you guys send out does wonders for a large variety of the community which do have some form of mental illness. It's a thing. You know, you put out these emails and basically tell people they're not good at what they're doing. Because they're not. And I mean, it's much like the fucking achievement system on Twitch, which is another thing I hate.
Right.
Oh, get these achievements and blah, 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 that will consider you for things and stuff. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's great. That's terrific. I mean, it's not easy enough to say, like, hey, here's here's a checklist of things you need to do to get like a partnership, right? Which they still have. I mean, and then they have the achievements. With the achievements, like, make it easier to track, which, okay, I guess. But don't fucking, like, that's the other thing. Like, if you check, if you make the mistake to check your achievements, the first thing you see is path to, like, if you're not an affiliate, you see path to affiliate. And then from there, you see, if you are an affiliate, you see path to partnership.
Right.
And you're just like, really?
And
the thing is, like, you'll see, I know in my case, like, I look at it and I'll be like, oh, hey, I have 2 of the 3 things. Oh, what's the third one? Oh, yeah, that ain't happening. I mean, I can't, it's not even a matter of, like, I can't do it. It's a fact that Twitch makes it difficult for people to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, creative streamers get shafted with their placement in the queue. Small streamers get completely fucked.
Right.
There's like no visibility when it comes to content. I mean, if I want to get visibility, I do. You know, I'll throw myself into like IRL, which is like the worst fucking thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, creative streamers were having to do the same shit. And I mean, it's Twitch, fix your shit. Twitch,
Please.
Streamlabs, whoever the fuck, both y'all, fix your shit. I don't give a fuck. Just fix it. On top of that, I have viewers that haven't been able to watch the stream. Because Twitch, fix your shit. They continue to get the Network 2000 error.
Oh.
Which is on Twitch's end.
Right.
And Twitch says that issue is fixed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I have people that it's like, I would watch you, but I hate having to hit pause and play 4 or 5 times every 3 minutes so I can catch 2 minutes of your stream.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes it so difficult. Like, that's the other thing. Like, you know, part of it's like, oh, well, I don't feel good about streaming. Or you know, because I don't feel like I'm doing anything good. Like, I'm not doing a good job. I'm feeling down on myself. Where that's the other thing. Where are my regulars? Like, why are my regulars not showing up? Oh, that's right. My regulars aren't showing up because they can't fucking view the stream because Twitch's shit's broken. I mean,
I hate to say this, but there's always Mixer.
I mean, I did a Mixer stream the other day. Just to kind of run a test on things. I did an hour of Vampire the Masquerade.
Right.
I had 0 people come in. Like, like nobody at all. Like, oh no, wait, not true. I had Sinea. Sinea came in.
Yeah.
And Sinea hung out for a little bit. But, I mean, other than that, I was just sitting there. And it's like being the new kid in school.
Right.
You're there and you're like, well, maybe this will be better. And then you realize, no, it's not. Nope, same shit. Same shit as what was happening over on Twitch. Well, maybe I'll do a stream on YouTube. As I laugh about the concept of possibly doing a stream on YouTube. Ugh. I mean, I enjoy making content. I know you enjoy making content. It's one of those things, you know, we're people that enjoy doing things that we know make people smile, make them forget about the worries of their day for even a few minutes. That's one of those things. And all in all, the platforms we use are making it difficult for us to do our fucking jobs. Oh, but I thought you said it didn't feel like a job. It feeling like a job and me thinking it as one because I don't have an actual one is a big difference. Putting smiles on people's faces, saying that, oh, well, it's my job to put a smile on somebody's face, isn't me saying it's a job. It's me saying, like, when that's what I set out to do every time I fucking stream. So, I don't know. I don't even fucking know. Twitch, fix your shit. Yeah. I don't know.
Can I just say, I wish I could live in this cider forever. It was so good.
Trying to get the last little bit there.
Yeah. Can't say I've really had a sour cider before. That was remarkable. I'll have to buy more.
That's good. But yeah, I mean, just even looking at some of the other stuff, like, you know, we've gone over the whole creation aspect, which, yeah, I mean, I sound like a whiny bitch about it, but there's some validity to it. I mean,
yeah.
You know, it's. I know. I've said this. I may have said this a few times to you, but there's been times where I've thought about quitting, and just being like, I'm done. You know.
Right.
I almost did it last year. Shit. Then again, I almost ghosted on everybody. So. That was the thing. And you were one of those people who's like, "Don't you fucking do that!
Don't you dare go away!
I will.
I won't let you.
I will hunt you down."
And
you'll take.
I will Uber to your house, wherever the fuck it is you live. I don't know.
Then we'll go to that hot dog place, which doesn't exist anymore.
Well, there is a barbecue place still around.
That's all you can eat. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll go there.
Oh, that's nom 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 nom. Yeah. So let's kind of like change the tone a little bit because we got like I got really like really downtrodden there.
Yeah.
Yep. Just yep.
Yep.
Just so you guys know, not everything. This is like what it was like when me and Ray did the episode of Pod Errors together.
Oh.
Which we just ended up getting like, it just got like really sad. Like we started off with just like, yeah, so how'd the sheep festival go? Oh, went great, blah blah blah. Sold this. I gave a little girl some earrings. I'm like, oh, that's really good. Yeah, and I mean, it's a really good episode. You know, it's was it episode 9? God damn it, Ballin's the episode because Ballin was legitimately fatigued and
right.
Oh no. That he was just getting over being sick, and he said, I should be good to go, but I still have a very persistent cough, and I go, just take the night off.
Yeah.
And one thing Ray says a lot is, God damn it, Ballin, because Ballin will do something. And,
I think that's what all of us say at least once in our lives is, God damn it, Ballin.
Yep. Yeah. So
it is. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a really good read. Really good read. A podcast, it's a good read.
Fantastic read.
It's a great.
I highly recommend it.
Too bad it's not in audio format, right?
I know you can't go to audible.com/brotheringaround, get your free trial.
You're starting to get those plugs real good. Like you're just. I mean, if we end up, and I'll say this now. So I've been applying to different organizations for some kind of advertising partnership deal. And the one that everybody seems to be very excited about is one of them, which I probably shouldn't mention it, but I'm going to because I'm that guy. Crunchyroll.
You're that asshole.
Crunchyroll. So, I mean, you've talked about Crunchyroll before. Ray's talked at length about Crunchyroll. Wes and Marco have talked about Crunchyroll. Me and Baldwin are just like, it's a thing with anime on
Anime, yeah.
So, and I mean, there's just such an enthusiasm about Crunchyroll amongst the podcast network that we just go, you know what? I said, you know what? Let me do this. See if this will be a thing. Haven't heard anything back yet. So, I mean, it's a thing. Whatevs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it'd be really cool. I just think that'd be pretty fun. Like, even if it just got you guys like a free membership or whatever.
Right.
That'd be really cool. But yeah, I mean, there's just a few things that I'm just like what if you were to get a partnership, like try to get a partnership for the network or even just a show. What would you look at? Like, what kind of place would you?
I have no idea.
Because I mean, there's a lot of different avenues you can go. I would.
Right. None of which are coming to mind.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of put you on the spot there. So
yeah, you did. How dare you?
It happens. I mean, I would think that something that would, something you can actually fully say, like, hey, I believe in this. Or I like what they do, or I like their products, or whatnot. Like Wrestle Crate would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That would be a pretty cool one. I mean, Torrid would be an interesting one. I mean, because I could actually shop there if I wanted to. And that's not even me joking. That's me legitimately saying I could actually, if I wanted to, buy clothes there.
Right.
Not have to worry. Well, I mean, I would still get looks like, you're a dude, you shouldn't probably be buying a dress. And it's like, oh, whatever, fuck yourself.
It's really warm. Come on.
Yeah. I mean,
their pants are very stretchy.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I mean, it's just little things like that. I would totally do something like that, where it'd be like something that would benefit. I mean, the Crunchyroll thing is a big example of that. I don't use Crunchyroll, but I know people in the network that do.
Right.
And I know how much they enjoy the service. So why the fuck not? I mean, Wrestle Crate would be a great one for either here or Brothering Around. Even though we're kind of slimming back on the wrestling because, I mean, we're also going through like that post-Mania, like burnout. Where it's just like, I mean, we had Mania and then we're just like, oh, just so much wrestling. Like, why? And then from there, we had the Greatest Royal Rumble, which
I managed to avoid. Thank you, work.
You dodged a fucking bullet on.
So I've heard.
I mean, I was kind of giving you play-by-play on it, so.
Yeah, that actually got me through the day. Thank you.
Oh, and I was able to miss all of this? Yep.
Thank God.
It was fucking bad.
And this weekend we have Backlash.
Yeah. Yep. Now normally we would do picks and all the other stuff, but from the way it sounds, they're going to be probably adding another match or two to the card. There's no reason for us to do so. A lot of it is like threads that a lot of them just feel like rematches.
They basically are, mostly.
Yeah, I mean, we got The big one.
AJ and Nakamura.
Yeah, we got that one. We got AJ Nakamura fucking 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And I shouldn't even be like, oh my god, why are we having another AJ Nakamura match? Like,
right.
that just tells you something. Like, I shouldn't be so downtrodden on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I am.
Yeah.
Trying to find the card right now because I'm super professional and very well prepared.
Totally.
I know we got Daniel Bryan and Big Cass.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's that. It just... I don't even fucking know. Like, I don't even know what the fuck they're doing with the product. I mean, it's... The biggest thing is, like, when you... Yeah, no, fucking... I want the card. I don't want to go to WWE Network.
Mm-hmm.
Damn
you Damn you, internet.
Yeah. No, damn you, WWE.com.
That too.
Yeah, we're like, what, a little over 2 days away. I mean, we got Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, which, meh.
Yeah.
We have the Nia Bliss rematch.
Yay.
We have the Seth Miz rematch.
Interesting.
We have Braun and Lashley against Super Best Friends.
Mm-hmm.
D-Bry and Big Cass. A rematch between Carmella and Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
And was it AJ and Nakamura in a no disqualification match?
Mm-hmm.
And Roman and Samoa Joe. We're missing tag team matches. Like, we're missing the tag belts on both shows.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we'll probably get those added in, and we'll probably have a Cruiserweight match thrown in, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cruiserweight will probably be the pre-show. And then we'll have, like... I mean, probably, like, the Leaders of Worlds, which is probably the one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll probably see them against, I don't know, fucking, maybe the Ascension. Who fucking knows? Like, give the Ascension a shot. Like, put them on a pay-per-view for once. Let them get that payday.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's really nobody on, I mean, alternatively, you can debut Sanity at Backlash and have them start shit with the Bludgeon Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's that. It's very uneventful. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the reasons why I'm just like, beforehand, it's just like, all right, so we're going to do picks. And I'm like, nah, we ain't doing picks. Not a thing. Can we talk about Daniel Bryan's chest?
Sure.
From the Greatest Royal Rumble?
Sure.
You've seen it, right?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Roderick Strong chopped the shit out of him.
Fuck.
So, on SmackDown, WWE decided to be a bunch of fucking assholes and make an announcement that Daniel Bryan would not be appearing because he wasn't cleared to wrestle.
Right.
So, considering everything he's gone through, we go, welp, I guess the Greatest Royal Rumble was his last match ever, because...
Yeah.
So that was all a work. Because after 205 Live in the dark match, It was Daniel Bryan against somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck was he?
Mm.
Um. Da, 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 da. Oh, he faced Nakamura,
Okay.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And he's going for the yes kicks. He's hitting them. He's going to go for the last one, and Nakamura with the low blow. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's his thing now.
Yeah.
So it's just, but the fact that you do the whole, like they did the whole, he's not medically cleared to compete,
Mm-hmm.
and then during the show, because they released that earlier in the day, they're like, Daniel Bryan is not medically cleared to compete.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? All right, well, I guess that he had a great match in that Greatest Royal Rumble. He went well over an hour in that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
He got to square off with Kurt Angle, which makes me really want to see that. But no, the bullshit reason they gave is Daniel Bryan won't appear on SmackDown due to a chest infection he incurred during a Roderick Strong chop at Saudi Arabia's main event.
Uh-huh.
I understand his chest got all fucked up.
Right.
I can understand that there could be like maybe an infection or something like that. Like it could happen.
Yeah.
But don't say you
Don't say he's not medically cleared.
Yeah, don't know.
That's just gonna send everybody into a, well, not everybody, but everybody who cared about him being cleared into a panic.
Yeah. I mean, legitimately, that's...
Yeah.
I got so fucking panicked about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, well, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Republican Kane won the Republican nomination for his, mayor thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, he now goes up against the Democrat thing, for the vote to be Mayor Kane. Be interesting. If he doesn't win, he better rip the fucking door off the voting booth thing. I don't know. I just...
Yeah.
Wrestling's weird.
It is.
Wrestling's fucking weird, man.
It is so weird. I agree.
And, I mean, it's just... I don't even know, like, what... You know, New Japan's doing their thing, and... I mean, that's also weird.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because they got the whole... Like, they're really pushing Bullet Club versus Bullet Club.
Yeah.
On last night's show, they had the Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fale, Tamatonga, and Tangaloa defending their never open weight 6-man tag belts, the trios belt, against the Young Bucks and Marty Scurll.
Mm-hmm.
And the Young Bucks and Scurll picked up the win. And on tonight's show, apparently it's going to be once again Team Kenny again, because apparently Kenny Omega is still a member of the Bullet Club. Team Kenny against Team Cody in a 10-man tag, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Cody and 4 members of Bullet Club against Kenny and 4 members of Bullet Club. So we're probably going to see Kenny, Chase Owens, Bad Luck Fale, Tamatonga, Tangaloa against Cody, Hangman, Scurll, and the Bucks. I mean, probably what's going to happen. It's just, I'm so done with that.
Right.
I've been done with that whole like, oh, well, I understand you have infighting, and that shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole story between the two is just so fucking drawn out. It's
Yeah.
and I'm one of those old school fans that likes those long drawn out feuds. It's just that they had their conclusion, and now they're continuing like that conclusion never happened. Which in turn pisses me off. I've been very bitchy today.
Yeah, you have.
This is lovely.
Did I give you some of my sodium content?
No, I've been having a lot of sodium content. I blame all the ramen. I'm joking. No, I blame. Took you a second there. No, I really blame it on just. No, like I've just been like super unsure of myself. So.
Yeah, I know.
And it's one of those things. It just, I mean, you just do what you can do. I don't even know, but yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
But I mean, with just like I know later today, because it's Friday now for me. I'm supposed to be going into the When We Need You job.
Right.
For like 3 hours. So there's that. That's like, oh well, we'll bring you in for 3 hours. Like, all right, well, whatevs. So I mean, there's that. That's not too bad. It's something, but it's like, do I want to like afterwards? And well, not afterwards, because afterwards I'm gonna crash.
Right.
But like, oh, on Saturday, do I want to stream? And part of me is just like, no.
Yeah.
And then the other part of me is just like, well, I want to do something. Like maybe I'll set up like a Rabbit or something like that, and have certain people hang out and watch movies with eye patches. Because I mean, technically, if we're being serious, like, when you use Rabbit, right? If hypothetically, if I'm sharing a movie on Rabbit, I might as well be wearing an eye patch.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. So, Showgoer is kind of a workaround on that, but whatevs. It only works with fucking Netflix. Yeah. But no, I mean, I still got Dune to watch. I
tried looking for Boone's Farm wine, and I was unsuccessful, so I will continue looking.
Yeah. I've been really avoiding Dune.
Yeah.
Especially with so many good movies coming out, Infinity War. Which, I mean, we were talking about this a little bit before the show. You said you hadn't watched Doctor Strange.
No, I have not.
Doctor Strange is so fucking good.
So I've heard. Anubis already went and watched it without me, which, I told him he could, but
yeah. I mean, I've watched every MCU film. How many of them have you watched? Or
hang on, let me find the graph of like what movies lead to what movies. Give me a minute. I need to figure out where the fuck I put it. On Facebook somewhere. Can't be too far down because I know I shared it just Okay, so I have seen Iron Man and Iron Man 2, Captain America, the First Avenger, Thor.
The first Avengers film.
Yes. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2.
Okay.
I think I've seen Thor the Dark World. I've seen Captain America the Winter Soldier, Iron Man 3. I've seen Age of Ultron. I've seen Ant-Man. I haven't seen Civil War, Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, Spider-Man Homecoming, Black Panther, and then the Infinity War that just came out.
So yeah, you're actually not too far behind.
No, but I'm still a little bit behind.
Just Civil War, Doctor Strange, are both on Netflix.
Right.
So there's that.
Right.
Black Panther comes out on Blu-ray on the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Thor Ragnarok's already out on video.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed Ragnarok. I really did.
Mm-hmm. It sounded really good.
The Thor films are very polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't care for everybody has one Thor film that they don't like.
Mine was the first one.
Yeah, I mean I'm in the same boat. It's just
I really didn't care for it.
It had moments, but
yes, it did. But overall, it was just very.
Yeah. And then you had Dark World. I really like Dark World.
Mm-hmm. That one was really good.
I mean, how could you not like a film with Crystal Eccleston playing a dark elf? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, especially when you have in your head him reciting lines from Gone in 60 Seconds, where he's playing Raymond Calitri. I wanted 59 soldiers, not 49 and a half. It's fucking beautiful.
Oh my god.
I love it. But yeah, I mean, it's just Thor: The Dark World I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that because it's a stone film.
Right.
No, it was a good one to begin with. Ragnarok though. Ragnarok basically takes everything you know about the last two Thor movies, and it's just let's forget about that shit.
Well done.
I mean, it has its ties to it, but it's just let's not focus on any of that shit, because that shit was just yeah. Not everybody likes that, and I mean, with Thor Ragnarok, there are people that don't like Thor Ragnarok because it deviated too much. But it's a fucking comedy. It's Chris Hemsworth. I mean, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to him because I've seen him do bad comedy.
Right.
He was in Ghostbusters 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it can't be that bad.
Oh.
The comedy in that movie was pretty bad.
I never saw it.
You
I wouldn't know.
Just like the Greatest Royal Rumble, you dodged a fucking bullet.
Fair enough.
It's one of those things that people say, "Oh, you didn't like it because of the cast."
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't like it because of the writing.
Right.
The writing's what did it for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of forced jokes and all the other stuff, and playing off of all the things in the news when it comes to gender and race. Where basically, is this a black thing or is this a woman thing? And you're just like, are you fucking kidding me? We're throwing this in a goddamn Ghostbusters movie? No, this is a fucking ghost thing. There you go, problem solved. Don't turn it into a race thing. Don't turn it into a gender thing.
Right.
But yeah, no, the they had to work with what they had.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have much, so
right.
That was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But the comedy in Thor Ragnarok is really fucking good. And then, obviously, Infinity War is just... You can go into Infinity War without knowing certain things.
Okay.
I mean, the big things you need to know is Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you need to know Civil War. You need to know Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of need to know Ragnarok.
Okay.
Because Ragnarok leads right into Infinity War.
Okay.
So, Black Panther kind of takes place like a week after, or like a month after the events of Civil War.
Okay.
Spider-Man Homecomings kind of has its thing going on. It's connected, but not like I have to see this to know what's going on.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just Civil War is one of those because Civil War was the third fucking Avengers film. That's really what it was. Plus, we had Paul Rudd in it, and it was terrific.
Nice.
Captain America, how Ant-Man stole the movie. I mean, legitimately, it was a fucking heist film. Paul Rudd just every scene he was in, he fucking stole those scenes. So, but yeah, I mean, you get introduced to Black Panther and Spider-Man in Civil War. Now, obviously, I'm not going to say don't see those movies because it's just that they're not necessary to to get to Infinity War.
Okay.
I mean, time passes, like shit happens. Like, let's be serious.
Right.
But yeah. Oh, been a weird show.
Yeah, it has.
And I think that's probably the best point to kind of just start wrapping things up then.
I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, it's late for me.
Getting late for me.
Getting late for you. And I mean, we went for about an hour and a half, so that's good. I would like to thank each and every one of you who have downloaded the episode on Radio Public, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, and listen to us at your leisure. Of course, those that do want the new music kind of throws me. But for you guys that are checking out the Twitch archive, I appreciate that immensely. Any support you guys give is amazing. Eventually this will end up showing up on YouTube because I think I'm like 4 episodes behind on uploading. So
no worries.
That's the thing. So anyway, until next time, guys, we'll see you when we see you, and hopefully we have hopefully we're in a kind of less somber, salty mood. So
yeah.
But until next time, guys, you take it easy.
Bye bye.